Hi, I'm Nicky Sohn. I'm one of the composers for Impressions in Translation. I was born in Korea. I came to the US when I was 14, so I've lived sort of like everywhere. I've been abroad more than half of my life now. I usually come up with a title first or like a concept of the piece first. I think it always helps me to narrow down some of my ideas before I write any notes. When I first started like doing the research, I was in Banff actually in Canada in January. So it was so cold over there. Listening to this music, I was like, this is so great. And like that really like helped me to be in a better mood. I've watched so many YouTube videos and also I've listened to so much of the playlist Caio sent me. I think the colors just so vivid and also I just love how energetic all the moves are and also like people just are in such like joy. Yes. And then that A natural. One of my favorite things about working with a performer that I'm like close with is I get to learn a lot about their own culture and also like the music that they grew up with and whatnot. And like without this project, I might never have known this genre of music, Frevo, right? It was just super exciting to like get to know this genre, which I ended up falling in love with. I just love how alive the music is and like everybody's just like communicating and also like everyone just like having a good time. I'd rather be a happy person than a shittier musician, you know?
Yeah, right. There you go.
Like composing is like a very isolating experience, right? But like watching those videos and also like talking to Caio and like just this sort of like alive, like a living organic way of working really helps me to understand that like, okay, like I signed up to do this because it's fun. I think Caio might bleed playing this, but it should be fun. Because, you know, like, one thing that I really like about this genre is that, like, it doesn't really stop. It just keeps going, and it almost feels like, when I first heard it, it almost felt like the notes were just like falling at me, right? It's just like constant, and I love music like that. That's partially why I love jazz, because it's always like moving and it's like there's tension and like this is exactly like that, but maybe even more. And I kind of thought about maybe taking an existing melody from one of these tunes and elaborating on it, but then I thought that it might be more fun if I created my own version of my impression of the genres to share with the audience. A lot of the songs that I've listened throughout this process of learning about the genre is that they have like a motivic idea that kind of like gets repeated, and they have like a harmonic progression that also gets repeated, but the rhythmic gesture gets a little shifted always. So you're always like on your toes. Like, you know, you're like, what's gonna happen next? So I'm trying to emulate that in my music too. So there's gonna be some rhythmic tension, but I'm definitely trying to bring back a lot of the motivic ideas throughout the piece so that we have some familiarity throughout the work. Honestly, I think the most important thing about this piece, it will be a really good reminder for all of us to have fun and be excited about music. It's really fun to write for people that I know because then I can kind of like test the limits a little bit. But this, we have the trust, you know, so it'll be good. Exactly. I wanted to be like, yeah. You should do that face. I like that.
Oh, yeah. I missed the face. I'm sorry, it's on video.
It's like very dreamy. Also, one more thing that I would add is, you know, when we think about like Brazilian music, we think about bossa nova, right? And I love bossa nova. That's like one of my favorite genres. But like doing this project, I learned so much more about Brazilian music, and that was like a really refreshing like way of learning about the culture and new genre. Like this was a great opportunity for me to like explore further from my own understanding of Brazilian culture, and I'm honestly so excited to learn more about it. I'm sure there's more exciting genres, and yeah, it's been great. Join us for Impressions in Translation on December 10th at 7:30 p.m. at Match.